happy Friday, happy evenings, or potentially mornings for some of you who may be joining us today. But hello, how's it going?
Sorry if I'm looking the other way. I was closing my computer, sending off a social message for us.
Fair. Yeah, gotta do it. Gotta do the
send
thing.
Those social messages.
Yeah, all the things. So hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are Crisis in Arlena. I was saying we should like create a band name or something, have something going for us, so that
we are not naming it Lettuce and Meatball.
Yes, we did have that talk a little bit earlier too.
Yes, we were talking about that because there was lettuce and meatballs at lunch. There was salad, meatballs. So when I went to go get lunch, there was literally only meatballs and lettuce left, and neither sounded appealing.
Yeah, lettuce and a meatball, you know. But
it was a cereal day.
Yes, it was. So yes, for some of you who may have tuned into our previous streams, we are going to be doing a couple of runs with the new Dragon Rider Oksana, who just went live on Wednesday. We're also going to talk a little bit about event cadence. So this past Wednesday, PG Coffee joined me on Twitch, and he sort of described what's sort of coming down the road in terms of major events and some changes to it. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We also have a couple of giveaways, of course, as usual. So if you're interested in doing that, please type your in-game name into chat and be sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube Gaming or just YouTube, either way. And then you'll be entered into our giveaway. We pull the names after the stream ends, so we don't announce them on YouTube itself. It's kind of weird. I think, of course, we do the same thing with Facebook Live as well. Twitch, we're lucky enough that they have some sort of different integrations and things like that where we can announce the winners live on stream. We're kind of looking into some of the tech behind that for YouTube Gaming, but we really haven't found a lot quite yet. So that's really the only thing that's sort of holding us back at this point. But either way, for the 10 winners who are going to win this week's giveaway, you're going to get 5 inner fires and 5 energy packs, which should hopefully help you out with the gauntlet event that's happening right now.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
So you can get more points in for your team, more points for yourself, really get that better contribution. And I know everybody wants inner fires during a PvP event anyway, so really can't go wrong with inner fires at all.
Indeed, yes. So if you have any burning questions or anything like that, feel free to ask us in chat. We'll just be doing a couple of Oksana runs, like I mentioned, going over her skills and all that good stuff. And yeah, just keeping it casual Friday. Yeah. We just wrapped up a game developers conference that's happening here in San Francisco right now. So today was the last day of it. Arlena and I have been in and out of the office basically all week, attending different sessions and learning from fellow game developers. So needless to say, I am very tired. My feet are screaming at me right now. So I'm very happy I'm sitting.
I gave up at some point and just was like, you know, that $2 for BART makes it a little easier.
To take the subway, yeah. So I've definitely been utilizing that myself. Yeah, and I guess let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
So I can talk a little bit about Oksana if you want to do some of the runs to begin, and then we can swap off, you know. Are you dreading this?
Yeah, hopefully it goes better than yesterday. I was having some rough times with Avix.
That's fair.
Definitely have not been playing a lot of Avix on my main account. So I was a little rusty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, onwards and upwards, you know, to Abron and Nullig and Korthanak. So
well, that
totally
for sure. But also, I usually play a lot of Necrix and was very much like, oh, hey, forgot this. Whoops.
Forgot this thing that I need to do.
Forgot this one dragon that I haven't played in a while.
So a couple of things that are information about Oksana. As you can see, it's Friday for me. So Oksana is our first Dragon Rider of the Springvale season. She was specifically created by and for the community, which is pretty sweet. So for those of you who may have seen the Twitch stream that happened back in October, I think it was, or maybe early November, we held a stream where our artist, Johannes, got on stream with us, and we asked you a bunch of questions about what you'd like to see for this Dragon Rider concept, and he sort of started to draw and create the concept based on your suggestions and your top voted votes. So after that, we brought it to the art team. The art team got it all fancied up and animated. So now Oksana also has a portrait in her season branch. It's called the Morphos Night, but it is a portrait of herself, which is pretty sweet. And after that, we also put Oksana's name and lore to the community for submissions and a final vote. So there was a week long where everyone got to submit names and lore, and then the top 10 names were put to a vote. And the top voted name, of course, was Oksana the Dread Hunter. It was a little over 2,700 votes, and about 17% of you voted for Oksana, and that was the most voted for name. So we have Oksana. So yeah, the name, the lore, the concept, almost everything about it was created by you, and we hope that you, of course, feel pretty sweet about that, because it's not every day that we get that kind of intense interaction and ownership almost from the community. So it was really, really awesome to go through that whole process with you guys and sort of see what we could do and what we could put into the game based on your suggestions. We will and we are trying to do a lot of those things in this 2018 year as well. So definitely keep an eye out for that. We'll be doing it in the coming maybe weeks or months, give or take. That wasn't a sneeze, right? I shouldn't say bless you. Okay. Never mind.
Nope.
So yeah, so we do have plans to do that more. This was, of course, a great start. I know we've already done Twitch Draws a Dragon and Draws a Portrait, and now we've done Dragon Rider. So maybe we'll sort of revamp that for this year and get you all involved again, which is super exciting. So in terms of Oksana's basic stats, she is a Dragon Rider that her armor is the Dark type. So the Dragon Fire armor set is her set, and the element of it is dark. So you can bond Oksana to any dragon that you'd like. However, if you'd like to put her Dragon Fire armor on, you need to bond her to a dark dragon. So in order to do that, we're showing off Oksana on Avix, which is our latest dark type dragon. So you'll probably see Arlena doing a couple of those runs with Avix. There is a chance, although I cannot make commitments, that another dark type dragon will be available this spring season. But yep, stay tuned for that. As we mentioned in our previous weeks, the cadence that Springvale will happen. This is week 3 of Springvale, and the second wave of dragons, as well as the advanced Dragon Rider, is going to come out on week 6. So we've got 3 weeks until that, and you can expect to see the other content coming out then. So yeah, so I've got her skill tree up right here. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Oksana is mostly an offensive kind of Dragon Rider, so I would highly suggest putting her on powerful hunters that you have, like Avix, for example. Really, or Necrix, yep. Super boost, you know, their power stat to just make them like incredibly damage heavy, which is really great. It's also worth it if you're interested to put it on a warrior dragon, which helps sort of like give it that extra buff of support, which is really awesome. Her skill tree is largely based around dragon attack and dragon HP. It also has a little bit of XP gain training, as well as archer tower resist and ice turret resist. So those ones are the ones where it sort of splits off in the branch and you have to choose between which one you'd like to get. And then the sort of the main branch sections are for attack and HP. So that in general is sort of the setup for our wonderful Oksana. Some of you may have noticed that her animated portrait in her seasons tab looked a little squished. It still looks that way now, but our team was aware of it, and they've actually already fixed the issue there. So they are just waiting for the next update to roll out so that they can push that live and get Oksana looking the way that she is supposed to look for the animated portrait.
It should go live sometime next week, is what we are hearing.
Yeah.
So her animated portrait will be back to looking its normal, non-squished self.
Yeah, sounds good. Nadia, I know you're asking how long will egg tokens be dropping during runs. So the reason that egg tokens are currently dropping on monuments right now is because we kind of wanted it to be a sort of, seasonal, festive thing. It's only going to run for a couple of weeks. Egg tokens are dropping from monuments because, of course, there is a major holiday coming up in a couple of weeks. So we decided to sort of share that with the community and get you guys some extra egg tokens in the event, when the next breeding event comes around. So that is largely the idea behind it. It's not going to be much longer. I'd probably say about a week and a half, give or take, and then egg tokens will no longer drop from monuments. So yeah. So
Alright, let's see what else we got here.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
We got a lot of in-game names. I like
a lot
it.
of in-game names.
Thank you
for
all.
sure.
Be sure you're
Nullig
subscribed.
is overrated. I like Nullig. I know a lot of people don't like Warriors. I like Nullig.
I like Nullig's, what is it? His Rejuvenate?
Yeah.
Right? I really like the fact that it doesn't have any actual rage cost, which is really nice. So I just spam it whenever possible.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I also try to do the same thing with Aberon's Spring's Renewal, because the way that it works is you spend 1 rage, and as long as you destroy the tower that the mark is on, you gain 2 rage back.
Yeah, Spring's Renewal is a net positive. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So I try to use that as often as possible, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Will the Summer Sorcerer be a regular dragon? Not one you have to get other dragons for.
Yes, that is correct. So the way that
the second Sorcerer, not the Summer one. We haven't even talked about Summer
yet.
Sorry. But yes, the
Spring Sorcerer.
The second Spring Sorcerer will be its own line. You don't have to unlock 2 other dragons to unlock that Sorcerer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the way that the Springvale season works, we're doing it a little bit differently in terms of the branch. So typically, you know, back in the Wintertide season, there were 5 dragons, and 3 of them you had to complete their lines in order to get Neptus, which was the final mythic dragon. In this season, we actually have 2 dragons. In order to complete that, you will get the Mythic Sorcerer, which is Korthanak. And then for the second wave of the Springvale content, there will also be 2 other dragons that don't require anything else in order to obtain. However, the Dragon Rider that is on top of them requires both of those lines to be completed, and then you have access to the Advanced Dragon Rider. So definitely more details on that as we go through the Springvale season. I'd probably say in roughly 2 weeks or so, we'll start talking about that a little bit more. So yeah.
We'll also do a preview for those dragons in the same way we did a preview for the first set as well.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of stuff to talk about in the coming month, I will say.
We have a ton of stuff.
Yeah. So PG Coffee mentioned a little bit on Wednesday that we have some new events in the works. So we're trying to plan some new major PvP events that you can all get interacted with and you know, accustomed to. So we will be previewing one of those very shortly. So you can expect to see that in the coming weeks as well. So that's super exciting. It sort of leads us into the idea of, you know, changing up the event cadence like I mentioned a little bit earlier. If you want the full deep dive on it, definitely check out the Twitch stream that we had on Wednesday on War Dragon's Game. That'll give you the most in-depth details about what's going on, but we'll also give you a little high-level Cliff Notes version of it here today as well. Kenda, Crisis, can you do flying with Ibron? Absolutely. Yes, we can totally do that. So we'll be doing a whole bunch of different Springvale runs today. Like I mentioned, we have Avix joining back from the Wintertide season because he was the last Dark Element Dragon to grace our presence from the Wintertide season. So Oksana is currently bonded to him. Yeah, we'll definitely get that going for you.
So if you are asking about Atlas, you have to be on a team as of right now that has Atlas access. There is a plan in place to expand Atlas access, but right now we're still working on which leagues are getting it. For last I heard, it's definitely going to go to Platinum. I just don't know which which sub-league it's going to stop at. And last I heard, it was possibly the end of the month that it was coming. So we will keep everyone posted about it when we have more going on and more info about it. But as of right now, it's coming. People are going to get it. We will make sure.
For sure.
People at least know what's up with it when it comes.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
The level base we're hitting, it is a totally maxed out base. It is actually on our test server. This is not a live account, so we are definitely not taking any resources from anyone.
Yeah, we're not raiding you, we promise.
No, we're not raiding anyone's actual base. But if you're wondering why it's a level 1 154, I think it is, or
with maxed out
159.
everything.
With maxed out everything.
It's because we cheated.
It's because we cheated on our test server.
Yes.
We didn't cheat in game.
Right. Christine says, "Hi, Crisis and Arlena. Hello. So
Hello.
good to see you. Thank you for joining us today, of course. It's very wonderful to see all your smiling faces, because I know you're smiling over there."
Oh, yes. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Are there going to be any more runes or glyphs for Abron? More spring renewal ones?
As far as I'm aware, I don't think so. Abron has his own set of runes and glyphs in his season branch. But in terms of specifically Spring's Renewal runes, I think the ones in the branch are the ones that will be available for Abron. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like that?
Just like that. That's all it is.
Oh, goodness.
How are you doing on those runs?
Yeah, doing fine. Still not loving.
Yeah, doing okay.
Doing fine, other than Avix.
Yeah.
I play more Necrix than I do Avix. I have both, but I definitely am not as... I like flying Necrix more than I like flying Avix still, at least on my main account, so...
That's fair.
Still working on it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Can Ice Flak special shot cancel flash?
I don't...
Ice Flak turret... So Ice Flak turret super shot cancels spells in general. We have a list of what flash is canceled by. Give me 2 seconds. I can pull it up.
She can pull it up for you. Yeah, I think it's there's 4 different types of attacks that flash is capable of either dodging, right? Or no, not dodging. That's what it is. So flash is able to dodge everything except for these 4.
So it will dodge everything but Ice Turret, Lightning Tower, Storm Tower, and Fire Turret Super Shot. I thought that Ice Flak Super Shot cancels it, though, because it silences a spell.
It could, yeah.
If you time it correctly. If you don't, then no.
Sure. I think the difference there is that it's canceled versus dodged. So the Ice Flak Super Shot, which has the capability of canceling all those, probably goes into effect. Sovereign, hello. Cool. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Do you want to switch off and do some runs?
Sure. I am happy to.
Cool.
I'll do some over here.
Move this over here.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
All right. That means that Arlena can take all of the hard questions and I just get to sit here and play the game.
Oh, that's clearly what we were going for. Or just that I already realized I'm like half at the screen again. Whoops. Oh well.
All right, I'm going to start with Nolly.
Okay.
And see how that goes. Oh, also I think
the rest of...
Huh?
Oh,
you turn the volume on.
The rest of Sapphire should in theory also receive Atlas access as well, not just Plat. It's one of those we'll see. I know that it's coming. I just we haven't fully gotten the exact what it's going to look like and what teams exactly are getting there. So as soon as we get that, though, we will make sure that we let everybody know ahead of time, and there will be a forum post from the Atlas team. Okay, there we go. There will be a forum post from the Atlas team as well, so you will definitely get all the info. We will share it out as well, so everybody knows what's going on. Our Capture the Flag and Conquer the World officially retired, and will we see each one last time?
So, maybe.
Maybe. We're still talking about the different cadence and all the different events that we have. If you caught our stream on Wednesday on Twitch, PG Coffee came and spoke about all the different events and what is changing and what we plan to change and what we're not thinking of changing.
And I can give a brief rundown of that as well.
I have it open.
Oh,
so
you got it.
We have, so the retired events are going to be, for sure, Capture the Flag is probably going to be retired. It's not likely we'll see it again, but there is a chance it could come back. We're not saying anything of officially retiring it right now, but it is definitely going that direction. Part of it is because it's very similar to Fight Pits, and they both have very, very similar mechanics, so we don't really want to have the same thing again. So Conquer is also unlikely to appear again. We're not really committing for sure that it's not going to ever appear and it's going to take more effort. But for sure, a lot of the old events will take more...
Bless you.
A lot
that
of
was
the
a
old,
sneeze.
Yes, a lot of the old events are written on really old code. So reworking the code would actually be just as intensive as for our engineers as them actually making a whole new event. So we're definitely discussing what the plan is, but so far that is the plan. For sure, King of the Hill is actually going to be retired.
We're going to have a retirement party for it as well.
Its retirement party is April 4th. This is definitely the last time we're running it for now. This is definitely an event that is super unlikely to come back, but it is very similar to the new event that we will be launching during the spring season. We haven't previewed it yet. We will preview this new event on stream, just like we did when Fight Pits came out. We will preview in the same way. We will get the team member, PG Coffee's team member, who built this event. We will actually have him coming on stream to talk about it.
Yeah, super exciting.
So that will be fun. But interesting thing too that are upcoming wise, obviously we're going to have a new major event this spring, and the preview will be in a couple weeks, and we also are looking to release another one during the summer. We have not figured out exactly which of the ideas we have that we want to run with right now. So for sure, new event this spring, and then also for sure, new event in the summer. So that will run with Fight Pits and Gauntlet. Those will be the ones that are going to be running the rest of spring. The other things that will change, we're looking at doing a variation on the bonus meter. We've heard everybody's comments about liking the bonus meter, but we also want to make sure that we run it in a way that's different and not exactly the same, but still make it valuable and meaningful to everyone. So we'll definitely be good. I'm excited. But we also have team quests coming. So team quests are going to be a new feature coming to events. They're going to allow everybody to take part, and every day you're going to have a new set of quests every day of the 5 days of the event, and each time your team will also get a higher level chest for the amount of people who complete the quest. So then the prizes will get better. There will be a large number of different prizes, different types of quests as well. Keep an eye out on our blog. We actually will make sure that we put out a blog this coming week. Yep,
yeah,
this coming week
quests?
it's coming.
Yeah.
Yes, I am definitely excited. So we will see. I've played through the team quests. It definitely is fun for sure. So I like the idea of it. Definitely. All right. Oksana has HP buff. Yep. She does have HP buffs. Okay, let's see what else we got. There was an event you folks ran a long time ago back where dragons did not have to be healed. Oh, yes. That was I see that people have answered. That was Trials. That was definitely before both of us came here. We've heard about it from the gameplay faction and the creators faction and our discussions with them. We've heard about it. The team's looking at if that would be a viable thing to bring back, or even like tweak in and bring it into a new event. But as of right now, there's no specific plans for that one. Just because, again, it's written on really old code, and the old code has its own scary nightmares that go along with it. From everything I've talked to the engineers on the events team, like, some of that old code is no fun.
Yeah, I think basically the TLDR there is like a lot of these events were originally created based on older code, and because of that, you know, we are not strangers to the fact that they are not always the most stable events, and we want to provide the best for, you know, you as the players. So we're trying to take all of the things that are great about the events that we currently have and turn them into new events with stable code that can be introduced into this year.
Yeah.
This 2018.
We definitely hear, the events team for sure, PG Coffee, we've heard it as well. We've heard all of the different comments about bonus meter and people wanting bonus meter back, which is why we're trying to work on a variation of it that still, it's not going to be the exact bonus meter, but it's at least going to be a different thing.
Right.
Or similar, really. But yeah, we definitely want to make events more enjoyable, less glitchy. Definitely.
That is the overall intent
here of trying to retire some of the events, is just really making it a much better experience for everyone. But yeah, I think that was pretty much our TLDR on events.
For events, yeah.
Yeah.
We will have more information about events in the coming weeks, especially as a new event is announced. So we'll sort of give like a brief recap of this and then go over what this new event is. We'll also show it off on stream so you get an idea of what's going on with it as well.
Yep. That will definitely be a week of previews too.
Yes. I was going to say in the coming weeks we will do sort of like a preview week. So we'll show off all of the new dragons that are coming with the Springvale season and this new event.
Yes. And the rider. The other rider as well.
Yes. The wonderful advanced rider.
Yeah. All right. Any plans to fix breeding costs? That actually has been something that has been talking about. That has been talking about. That sentence made no sense.
It's Friday.
Oh, goodness. That we've actually been talking about with the gameplay faction and the creators faction and listening to all the suggestions on the forums. We're definitely talking about it. We're looking at it. It's just one of those. It's going to take a little bit of time to decide what approach we officially take. Odin, we will check our Twitter PMs.
We saw them, Odin. We saw them. Did.
We just haven't had a chance to answer
this week in particular was pretty like in and out in terms of us being here in the office due to the game developers conference.
For anyone who really wants to get a faster response from either of us or both of us together, definitely send us a PM on the forums. It's much faster for us to actually check it. I definitely check the forums more often. I check our Twitter frequently too, but I definitely check the forums more. So definitely the faster way to catch us. The egg drops are not a permanent thing. They actually are only going to be for a little bit longer. They were meant for Easter, so we definitely wanted to give people a different thing to go. A different thing. Oh God, my brain is just done today. Apparently I need more water in my life.
I'm just letting her talk and hearing all of this.
That's just mean. But definitely it was something we wanted to do that was nice, and egg drops are definitely something that everyone can use egg tokens. Like, I definitely want more egg tokens. I'm never going to complain about more egg tokens for sure. Yeah. If we don't intentionally ignore any questions, it is also sometimes it does filter back and I can only scroll up so far. The same is true on Facebook and Twitch as well. We can only scroll up so far in chat. So we do not intentionally ignore anyone's questions. It is more just we don't have a chance to scroll back fast enough.
The scrolling.
The scrolling.
Oh, the scrolls.
Scrolling. I have no idea. Please reduce the time for the energy refill costs. That is definitely something that the team is still looking at with Gauntlet. We're still working. We're going to tweak all the events a little, but we're still talking about them.
Indeed. Yes, it's a pseudonym. Love, love, love egg token drops. I feel the same way, for sure. Yeah. In my main account right now, I just broke into gold. I know, big deal over here, but I just broke into gold for the tier. So I am definitely in much need of egg tokens right now. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would like to just get past Plaid at some point. Still have a few things left.
Yeah.
I've got like 2 or 3 dragons left, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Get in there.
Yeah, 0x, I know. Looks like events will become more enjoyable. Of course, that is our intent with it. We know that, some of the events are more like a slog for folks right now to sort of grind their way through. We're trying to make this much more palpable in a sense that, you would enjoy participating in these events to get all of the rewards that you can receive, as well as work with your team and do all that good stuff. So, have we talked any bit about team quests?
We mentioned that they're coming.
Well, they are coming. This is confirmed. It's true. Team quests we will detail much more next week. We'll have a whole blog post about it, and we'll put it out on our social channels as well. So just be for sure you're keeping in touch with us that way, and we'll get all that information to you. Basically, team quests will sort of appear the same way that the armory appears when events begin. It'll be available through the entirety of the event, same way. They are on 24-hour timers, so there will be an easy quest, a medium quest, and then a hard quest, just in terms of the amount of effort that's required to achieve them. The easy one, we of course are intending that, anybody reasonably should be able to do this within 24 hours, no problem. Medium ones, of course, take a little bit more effort, and then hard after that. The idea here is that, using the cooperation of your team and your teammates, you can achieve these quests and everybody reaps the rewards for them. So long as members of your team are working together, then you all get these rewards, and they refresh on a daily basis, so you're able to sort of continue getting awesome rewards every day and keep that kind of income flowing. So that's the main idea, but of course...
Plus the rewards level, too.
Yes.
With more participation.
Yep. And I think they scale with level 2.
Yes.
That's what PG Coffee mentioned. So like I mentioned, we will have all that information next week on our blog. And then we can get more into details about it and actually show it off on stream next week as well. Next week is Team Quest, but it also is going to bring another piece of new content to the game. We can't speak any more on it really until next week, but rest assured we have some things to talk about. So I'm excited. Some fangs, yeah.
That's where we're going.
Did you just say fang?
That's what you said. That is what you said.
It was a Mean Girls quote.
All right, let's see. Oh dear. Oh man. Okay.
King Queen Nyx Crisis. I drew a replica of an in-game dragon. Guess which one it is. Oh my gosh. There are so many dragons. I don't even know where to begin. It could be like Canaris, and it could be like Corphanak or Kirin. Ooh.
Could be Necrix. It could be literally anything.
I'm excited though. I want to see it.
Okay, let's see. When will the PC version come out? There's really nothing in the works for a PC version that I know of. So
yeah, I think we're sticking to mobile for this.
Yeah.
At least for now. If we have any plans to bring it to another platform, trust me,
you'll
be the one to know about it.
Sure, everybody knows.
For sure. Thank you everyone for congratulating me on getting into gold. I feel so loved.
Can you make the egg drops higher egg tokens? We've definitely talked about it. We've talked about all the different things we can drop from chests and from buildings when you attack them. I don't think we're going to quadruple it. That definitely feels very high. Super token chests. I like the idea of super egg token chests.
I'm into it. I like it.
I would dig it.
Yeah.
I would love if that were a thing during breeding. I would be like, yes.
Yeah, just give me all of them.
I would get there so much faster. Mm-hmm. So much faster.
So out of those who have started to get some of the dragons of the Springvale season, have you gone for Aberon first? Have you gone for Nullig first? What do you think about them? I wanna hear your thoughts. Because for Abron, I think Abron is actually super powerful if spells are used sort of not in an order per se, but more just like tactically, if that makes sense. Because Spring's Renewal, like we mentioned before, is a net positive spell in the sense that you use 1 rage to activate it, and then you gain 2 rage back once it completes the whole cycle. So it's pretty solid in terms of getting rage, and of course, getting rage is a very important thing in the game, especially when you have those pesky blue mage towers, like just seen on screen, as well as the red mage, of course, too. But they can really like mess you up sometimes, and it's really nice to have a spell that gains back rage for you.
God, I'm out of fire.
Which is quite nice. In terms of Nullig, I really enjoy Winter's Bite, especially because it's a white spell. You can just start any island with it and go for whatever is going to be the most dangerous like tower to your dragon. And then after that, you can follow it up with the rest of his spells. And of course, like we mentioned before, Rejuvenate doesn't have any rage cost associated with it. So I just try to spam it as often as possible. And I typically end up with Nullig being full HP, but with about half of it from the Rejuvenate HP that it gains. So, seems to be working good for me. I see Sean says Abron, definitely. Yep, for sure. Shinku said air beans.
Let's see what else we got.
Air beans and no legs, if you will. However you like to pronounce them.
There's definitely I was going to answer, there was a question up top.
What question you got?
I am working on it. I'm trying to multitask here and not die, and it's not going well. I can't do it.
Ooh, I was right. King's Queen Nyx is Korthanak. It's
nice.
Drawing Korthanak. I'm so excited. Korthanak's face, just like the facial features and like the big old rune on its head. Really, really cool dragon. I'm sure it must be quite a joy to draw.
Can we make the all-powerful water dragon more powerful?
Well, if it's all-powerful, then of course it needs to be more powerful.
That actually has been discussed in the office recently. I know that PG Coffee had gone to a meeting about it recently. I didn't hear what had come of that meeting. So it's being discussed. We're definitely talking about making that dragon all-powerful again.
Yes.
But
the all-powerful one.
Oh, man. Just like that?
Yes,
okay.
Of course. Fallen Angel, thank you. So. Thank you for the congratulations. I super appreciate it. I'm trying real hard to break into those gold dragons right now, so, you know, that's like my next goal right now.
Winter Super Sigil chests coming back. They usually come in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, they're typically around towards the end of the season, and right now we're in the beginning. So we've got a little bit of time, but they will be here for sure.
So definitely not happening that quickly.
Yeah. Michael Scholes, you're going for no legs? All right, cool. Is it like a design thing? Is it a spell thing that you like most about no legs?
Yeah.
Odin Airbeaner.
Airbeaner. I like Airbeaner. That's a good name.
Airbean in general, I have really come to take a liking to.
Yeah, we've really like made it. It's really become a thing in the office too.
Yes, yeah. In the office, we call them Airbean and no legs, just so you guys know. So
it's definitely happened. It has become true.
Yeah, we got a lot of Airbean is good.
Definitely Airbean. Lots of Airbean.
Lots of Airbean, yeah. I see that.
Airbean.
Yeah, Abron Crumbler says Abron works as a follower but can't lead. Interesting, yeah. I've found it of course, you know, depends on the tower makeup and everything. As long as you get, in my opinion, as long as you get the Blue Mage Tower out of there and you can really, you know, get to work with the Flash spell and Chaos as well, Airbean seems to work out pretty well, like, as a very viable dragon. Of course, you want to use Spring's Renewal as much as possible because it's that net positive rage gain. So if there's any red mage towers in the area, then you want to take those out as fast as possible too. It's more of a tactical thing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Estral, honestly, the new Harbinger dragon, because Estral has both red and blue spells as well. And, you know, depending on which mage towers are on which islands and all that stuff, you really have to think about, you know, what do I want to go for? Do I want to go for the power? Or do I want to go for, you know, more of the support or healing spells as well? So, yeah.
So for anyone asking, yes, the towers are level 60. It is a fully maxed out base at a super low level, but it's on our test server, so we are not attacking anyone. No one is losing anything for this. It's definitely not actually on prod, so no one can see what's going on. On prod is our like main server, so what everybody else sees.
Right. So my main account is on prod. Your main account is on prod. This account is on test.
Not. This is test. This is not attacking anybody.
Yeah. Test just gives us the ability to, of course, test things, but also show off all of the content that we have ahead of time so that you guys can see it. And of course, on my main account, I definitely don't have Korthanak, maxed out all the way in the branch quite yet. So this is a perfect way to show what Korthanak can be at those higher levels.
Yep. And same is true of my base. All my dragons are like 25-ish.
That's still pretty good. It's a good start.
Will the new team quests be like egg token missions where certain levels will count towards the missions?
Where certain levels will count towards the missions?
I'm assuming where like if you attack a certain level base.
Oh, I see. I'm actually not sure about that, but I can get some more clarification for our blog post next week. We're trying to get all of the details for that now, so I know some folks in the office are helping us gather all that information, and we will definitely let you know.
All right. Yes, Oksana can be used on any dragon. The only way that she is stuck to a dark dragon is if you use her armor.
Right.
Because her armor set, her dragon fire set, for some reason yesterday my brain kept wanting to call it the dark fire set because it was combining dark in her set. So yes, her dragon fire set is a dark element. So then if you equip all of the gear
or any
piece of gear, then she is stuck to only being able to be equipped to a dark dragon.
Yep. The same goes for all of the dragon riders as well. All dragon riders by default are neutral in element, so they can be bonded to any dragon you prefer. However, once you're interested in putting armor on those dragon riders, that's when it gets into the specifics of the element. And so the dark armor set is only good for Oksana, or rather Oksana can only don dark armor. And so therefore she would need to be bonded to a dark dragon in order to get that armor on her, as well as being bonded to that dragon.
Well, with seasonal riders, you can still, like, if you have Atlas access, you can still equip.
That's true. You can equip
Atlas gear to them
other
as
gear.
Well.
Yeah. Forged by Atlas.
Like forged.
Lewis, Lewis asks, is it worth going for Oksana even if I combine her with Leos? It's totally up to you. Of course, anything in terms of bonding between the Dragon Riders and dragons is a personal choice and whatever you prefer. I personally think she'd look pretty badass on Leos with a huge, like, fire-breathing lion dragon.
Leos anyway,
I love Leos. I really do. But yeah, it's totally up to you. If you're interested in putting armor on her afterwards, just make sure that it's the same element as Leos in order for that to happen. But otherwise, that would be a pretty solid combination. Because Leos is a powerful warrior already, and Oksana's buffs do a lot to dragon attack and dragon HP. So it seems like it'd be a good combo. I'm interested in hearing what you've got. Z, how did you get the name Z on YouTube? That's awesome. Z asks, what are dark dragons? So all the dragons in the game, they have their own element. The different elements relate to different things in the game, just in terms of the kinds of buffs that they have. Again, the Dragon Rider with the bonding and their armor. So some of it's specific, some of it not so much. But every dragon has its own element, and you can view it in the Dragon's Den. So definitely take a look. Laterra says, what up? How are you? I'm doing great. How are you doing? I'm feeling pretty good. We just came from a big old conference that was happening in the city this whole week. So I have been running around like a madman, and I'm very, very happy to be sitting down.
Feels very accurate, to be honest. It was a lot of like, office, go, office, go, office, go.
Yeah, because different talks happen at different times, and everything's scheduled out ahead of time, and we sort of have to be amenable to the schedule and walk out of the office to go to a session, and then have the session, and then walk back to the office. So, not about that. Griffin, ladies, any thoughts on this? Could you remind me what this is? We're trying to scroll.
Scrolling, and I think I lost the question somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Oh, make old stones available again, or have a wild card stone.
I like that idea. That's cool.
This keeps coming up.
Honestly, I'm kind of like with you guys here. I think it would be super, super cool to have evolution stones for previous like divine dragons and seasonal dragons.
See, but I also agree with the other part of the community that doesn't want that because they were available for a limited time. So it's like a limited time.
Of course. And to be fair, you know, if you weren't playing, let's say a year ago, and you never even had a chance to get those dragons, opening up the amount of evolution stones doesn't necessarily apply to you. But I totally understand the desire for it. I think PG Jared was actually talking a little bit about this recently. Not making any promises or like results here, but it has been a conversation we've been having.
It's definitely still getting talked about in our team. We're just not sure exactly what the best course of action is going to be there.
Mm-hmm. So Abron and Equester are not dark dragons, correct. Abron is actually both of them. Abron and Equester are wind element dragons.
Yep.
So I know a couple folks have been asking or responding rather in chat, but you can see, actually, maybe we can show you right here. If you just want to go to his train section, I think that's where you see it. Yeah. So if you see right next to Abron's, that one.
My arm doesn't reach over there.
If you see next to Abron's name, it'll have a little symbol. This one, of course, with like the wind symbol means that Abron is a wind element dragon. All the dragons will have different symbols associated with them, and that shows you what element they are. So Abron and Equester are both wind element dragons, and Avix, as you see here, that dark red spiral right next to Avix's name, that's the dark dragon.
Yep.
Yeah. Silverwolf says, I am loving Destar. I agree with you. I think Destar is super solid. Yeah. Destar is one of the new Harbinger dragons with Blood Fury as well, which I am just like totally in love with. So, yeah.
Agreed. Let's see.
Just gonna do that.
Would you like to attack or I'll keep going?
It's up to you. Whatever your heart desires.
Who do I feel like playing? I don't even know.
If there's any of these 10 that you see here...
If there's any dragons on this list that you're like, I really want to see that dragon, feel free to let us know. We always are up for suggestions.
Yeah, we try to, of course, you know, show off the new dragons, give a little taste of what Springvale is all about.
But we like showing off some other dragons,
exactly,
too.
Yeah. We do have the other Wintertide dragons. We also have all the Harbinger dragons that are currently out. So we got all those if you're interested in any...
We don't have all of them in the roster, though.
Requests. Well, that's okay. We can always swap them out.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I was just mentioning we don't have them in the roster, but we can swap.
It's kind of like karaoke where we can take requests, but we're not going to sing to you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, we at least both can sing.
True.
It's not like we're terrible singers. That would be bad.
Yeah.
That would be depressing.
Yes.
Indeed. But no, we're not going to sing on this stream. That's
maybe a different stream.
That's a stream for another day.
Stream, yeah. Christine, is the new event a PvP event? Yes, the new event is a PvP event. So it's going to be what we consider a major event because it's PvP. We will have more information on it, I'd say, in about 2 weeks or so, maybe 3. But it is in the works where we're just putting the final touches on it now. And we're also going to have someone from our team join us on stream so that they can sort of explain what this new event will be. So tune in a couple weeks. We'll have them on all of our streams, so like Twitch, Facebook Live, as well as YouTube Gaming right here, so you can get all the juicy details.
And for anyone curious, it's not PG Coffee this time.
Yeah, that's
It'll
why I said...
another member of this team.
Yeah, PGT.
PGT.
I'm kidding, it's not PGT.
That's definitely not their name at all.
Yeah. Rekro Morrison says, so Crisis. With the new Harbingers coming out next breeding event, is there one that's a favorite for you? So, the first part of your sentence is incorrect.
Yes.
The next Harbinger wave, I guess, is not coming out for the next breeding event. When the Harbinger tier dragons, the second wave, are ready to come out, we will definitely let you know.
But they're not quite there yet.
Yeah, they're not quite there yet. In terms of my favorite, though, there is one in particular that I'm sort of thinking about on the back end. I can't really say a lot about it, of course. Typically what I do when I see the new dragons is see, you know, like what they look like, what's their aesthetic, and I'm always attracted to that first. And then I check out their spells, you know, and see how cool they are and how much damage they can deal. So I can't, you know, I can't say a lot now, but there are some really cool ones that are making their way there. Like I mentioned before, the Harbinger dragons take after different lands in the world of Atlas. So we've got different dragons from like the Twilight Woodlands and the marshes and the desert and things like that. So you may be able to infer what kind of dragons are available based on the different regions of the map. So that's the only hint I can give right now.
There is some new stuff in the works for Atlas events. Nothing in terms of a new event that I know of, but there's definitely talks around events and making it a little more like what we do on the main game. So we'll see. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Okay. When are the Harbinger, Hunter, and Sorcerer mythic dragons? So next wave of Harbinger, we definitely already answered. It's not coming just yet. Oh my goodness. Druid. We've got a lot of requests for Druid fans. I've definitely not played Druid. So.
Well, it's been a while. Druid's in the lower tiers.
Hence why I said I'm not sure.
Yeah, like, it's been a minute.
I played it when I tried the tutorial recently for testing something. We were testing.
Nick says, Crisis, I dare you to fly Merked with Moonfang. Oh, man.
Ooh, I haven't played Moonfang in a hot second.
Or Merked either. I mean.
I've played Merked, but.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Maybe.
It's been a minute. But Moonfang is definitely a one I need a bit.
I think it'd be pretty cool at some point maybe to like.
We can definitely, if people give us a ton of suggestions, we can try and pick a day where one of our streams will just be flying various different dragons.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yep.
I definitely will go with this. Oh my god, Druid. Ooh.
So much Druid. So much love for Druid.
Yeah. I feel like that's like going to fly a... Like, it's better than Dodo, but I don't know if I want to fly. It's right up there with Dodo, though. I don't know if I want to fly it.
Where did all of this hype about Druid come out?
I don't know where Druid... What is
happening
Druid?
Here? Yeah.
I am so confused by everyone.
Did we, like, miss something?
Druid.
Like, what
Apparently we missed... Like, it started in chat. I saw Druid pop up a couple times, and now it's just, like, a thing. Ooh, Canaris. Okay, we'll definitely put Canaris on our list.
Maybe we'll have, like, a quick list that we can start getting suggestions of dragons to fly, and we'll just do, like, a whole
We can put a forum thread up.
Yeah, we could do that. Get that going.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And we can have it right here on YouTube Gaming in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Druid is better than Noctua and how? Okay.
There's quite a bit of opinions going on here about how good or bad Druid is. I'm seeing a lot of opinions both ways right now.
What is the element of the new rider that will come out? We don't actually have that info yet. And even if we did, we would not share it.
Damn, Arlena. You savage.
Just no. But as soon as we do, we will let everyone know. It's going to be part of our big preview stream. We are going to have a big preview week. We're trying to come up with
a fancy name for it.
A fancy name. Preview week just makes me feel like we're going to like a show or something.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, here's what's coming up.
Or like, what is it? That first pilot season.
Yeah.
It feels like that. Oh, so Odin says you need to watch his videos. Then you would understand.
I would know why. Okay. All right.
She will take the challenge.
I will do that.
I have watched your videos, so I understand. Bring back Draco, but pimp up. Oh, man. I don't know if we... Is that, like, instead of... What was that show on MTV? Oh, I feel real old now. Pimp My Ride? Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where they, like, completely redid cars?
Yeah, where they made the cars, like, super crazy.
I watched that for, like, 20 minutes of my life, maybe.
Of the like bad MTV shows, I totally will admit I watch Teen Mom still.
Christine is asking, what's the schedule for preview week? So two main things are going to happen during preview week. So we're going to have 2 different guests on during each stream. And the first half of it is going to be talking about the upcoming Springvale content. So that includes the 2 remaining dragons and the advanced dragon rider. So that'll be the first half of it. And then the second half, we're going to go over our new major PvP event that we've been talking about for a little bit. So it'll be a nice, healthy mix of 50-50 for that. So 50% of the Springvale, 50% of the new PvP event. And all of that is happening actually pretty soon. I think it's going to start towards the beginning of April. So you can keep an eye out for that one.
We will definitely put out a blog post about it. Or we'll put out on the forums. I'd rather do it on the forums. We'll put a schedule so people know what's going on each day. I'll make sure we do that. Really? Why am I gonna fail at how?
Oh.
Couldn't she fail at how too? I feel so sad.
Z, can we switch riders from one dragon to another? Yes, you definitely can. However, when you do that, it breaks the bond between the dragon rider and the dragon, so you'll need to sort of restart that bonding process with the new dragon that you end up bonding your dragon rider to. So that's the only difference, but yes, you can do it.
Yep. Oh gosh, Pimp My Dragon is now a thing. I apparently made it
Pimp My Dragon!
Oh goodness. Immediately after filming Wrap, they removed upgrades from those cars, by the way. I actually heard about that, so I totally think that's interesting. But I could see where, like, I would not want to drive some of those cars. Like, it would be awful.
Yes, Christine, the preview week will be on all 3 of our different streams. So Wednesday, Twitch, Thursday, Facebook Live, and here on YouTube Gaming on Friday. So yes, all 3 will have the preview during that week. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lot of Pimp My Druid going out.
Pimp My Druid. We have now made it a thing.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. We have made it a thing.
I saw, I think a little bit earlier up, someone was asking how to take part in the giveaway. All you need to do is be sure you're subscribed to us on YouTube Gaming or just our YouTube channel in general. And then type your in-game name into chat, and we will be sure to go through and pick some winners after the stream ends.
And if you are a winner for the stream, keep an eye out on your game. I do all of the giveaways on Sundays.
Giveaway distribution.
Giveaway distribution, not the actual giveaway. But that way it will be so everyone knows when to look out for them. Mm-hmm. I don't usually do them on Saturday. I just don't.
Daniela asks, what's the best Dark Dragon? I'm only on gold. I feel you. I do. I don't know. I mean, Necrix was really great, but Necrix was a divine dragon, right? So
yep. Necrix
and then
was
there's Avix. If you do happen to have Avix, I would definitely recommend hitting up Avix for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some of our lovely chatters in chat might have a good suggestion for you. If anybody thinks of the best Dark Dragons from Gold tier or lower, let us know. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree, though, that the best Dark Dragon, at least for me, is Necrix for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely love Necrix. For sure, if you are looking for a giveaway, we definitely choose different winners every week. We don't pick the same people day in and day out. So everyone eventually will get some prize.
Yeah. We also keep track of it, so we
yes,
know who
who
we've done before.
I am very, very spazzy with my spreadsheets.
Yeah, so we try. We try to be as equal as possible, of course.
I have a spreadsheet of my...
It's all her, honestly.
I have a spreadsheet of my allergies, so, like, this is my life.
What is your spreadsheet of allergies?
Oh, it's like
onions. I know you got onions in there. You've got pollen, the air, the sun, breathing.
No, it's just the whole outdoors. Pollen trees.
Trees?
Yeah, pollen trees, grass, bleach.
How do you live outside?
A lot of Claritin is in my life. Like, a lot of Claritin. It's really unfortunate, too, when people want to go hiking and then they're like, we're going to drink Claritin so you don't die.
Do you just have to, like, load up on it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, like, if anyone I know is like, oh, let's go do some, like, let's go to a garden thing or something. I'm like, did you bring Claritin?
Look at this beautiful nature. Look at Arlena just, like, hacking up a lung over here. Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Dust is also a really big one.
Yeah, again,
basically
how do you live?
Cleaning is like impossible. It's horrid. Yep, grass, trees. It's terrible. I'm allergic to everything. And there's also, in that same spreadsheet, there's also a list of food I don't like, too.
Which is not an allergy, it's just a preference.
Just a preference.
Aranity asks, is there going to be another dragon creation contest anytime soon or sometime in the future? I would say yes in the type of a forums contest is probably the best way that would happen.
We're planning on doing another forums contest for April.
Yes. Which will be run by Arlena, so she has more information than I do. But yeah, in terms of an actual contest in order to create and design a dragon, if that's something you're interested in seeing, definitely let us know, because I am interested in doing more stuff that actually gets content created by the community into the game. So if we can do that, that seems like a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've definitely been talking about doing another type of creative one that's out to the whole community. Mm-hmm. Ooh, allergic to caffeine. That sounds horrible.
You would have a bad time with PG coffee. Sorry.
You have a bad time with all of us. Like, we all drink tea and everything. Man.
I try to drink tea, wherever possible.
I drink tea all the time, so. All right. I think that's pretty much what we got today.
I think we're good. Thanks, Odin, again for tuning in. We will get back to you on Twitter. Sorry about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that this conference is behind us, we will be definitely more attentive to that.
And more responsive.
Yeah.
All right. So we will definitely take all of the suggestions for dragons that people have left us that you want us to try and fly, that we probably have not flown before.
It'll be fun.
It'll be interesting. But we will definitely put it in a list and make sure we've got everything there. So we are ready to go.
Sweet.
Ooh, 70 degrees on slopes. Ooh.
70 what?
Apparently Odin went skiing.
Oh,
70 degrees on the slopes.
Like temperature-wise?
I would assume yes.
That's crazy.
That sounds awful.
That's actually, no, that sounds great.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's slushy.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, maybe if it's nice and warm, but it's nice and powdery snow, maybe that's pretty cool. But
all right,
fine. Who knows? Anyway,
if you have any last questions that you want us to answer that we didn't have a chance to answer on this, please, on the stream or on any of our streams, please make sure to reach out to us on the forums. We're generally more active. I'm active on the weekends because I work on the weekends. So if you need something, I am the person to bug. Yeah, don't bug her. She won't answer you on the weekend.
It's
I will.
Fine. I'll get to you in a couple days.
She'll get to you on a Monday, but I will get to you on the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Hope you had a great Friday. Please enjoy your weekend. Good luck on the Gauntlet event, of course. And for the winners, keep an eye on your inbox in-game, and we will send some winners some gifts very soon.
Yeah. Have a great one, guys.
Yeah. Take care. We'll
Bye.
see you soon. Bye.